And Iha, greetings to all in creation. This is Monday, the 9th of November, 2020. Um, Still dealing with the recent President of the United States, Joe Biden, whom we congratulate for his victory. And here's a quick message. It's a general apology for the United States citizens. I know I've said a lot of very hurtful things, and I have said that the United States citizens are terrorists, and I truly believed that. It was not, fraudulent accusations. I, with all my heart, believed every word I said 100%. I thought that the government in the United States decided that it was completely kosher to, without consulting me, provide my identity to these fraud girls and spite me and harm me. I was not able to get out of my door, feel safe around any American citizen. I thought everybody was a crook, fraud, godforsaken person, and all the police and it's only getting worse is the problem. So I had Wells Fargo call me when I busted them for stealing my check for Tabrawi Dima and giving it to someone else. They called me the next day and closed my account. Because why? Because they're afraid today that I go downtown in the place here at Sea Pines for Wells Fargo and go in and present my green card for my account instead of the Floridian driver license, because these people stand justified in the fact that my Floridian driver license says Dima Tabrawi and the green card says Tabrawi Dima. So the fraud identity thief uses my green card as her document. So if I present the green card, then they're screwed because they know what they've done. Jade was in my church. Pastor Jim, you're a fraud. You should be debarred. He's not a resurrection anymore. Now you have proved further. Jeshua, the Elohim, says in the Torah, he will burn you all. You are going to die like dogs for going against the book. Never one time does he say it's kosher to sell a woman and replace her and double her identity and all as a community lie to the real me. Now I discover that my dad, biological father, is the one who gave the okay for these matters. So if I wrongly accused Americans of being terrorists, I ask for forgiveness from the Elohim because I was not aware of what was going on. And how the Elohim will deal with my biological father for selling my identity off and leaving me to die like a dog, hoping that I would just give up on my mission and fly back. And then turn all these people into liars around me here, and the banks and the cops and everyone. Literally everybody has to learn that there is a higher power than parents on earth. So this is the last barrier, as we call it in Hollywood, for the mystery schools of awakening. We live on the razor's edge. Once you get awakened, you live on the razor's edge. There's never any stability. You can't even be in the grid anymore. I'm not part of the matrix. I'm in it, not of it, at every level. This will never change. So now, I got a wedding proposal, and it looks like I'm getting married in before December. And we are about to, well, there's a surprise with it. But my dream was always to unite nations and land with my beloved, back in the Holy Land. And but if I, logically speaking, don't hold my dad accountable for his actions and still make him feel like I'm his some sort of a faithful, loyal dog, that will always, run after him no matter what he does, then I'm my comatose mom, which I'm not. She already told me I'm like her but stronger. She told me to not fail mission. I live for Elohim, Jeshua. And I now know that my covenant is Torah based. It's not gospel based. My covenant is Torah based, basically, because we are Jewish from Tiberias. So then, since we are the 13th tribe and had to go to Ras Beirut 22, then I was born Catholic this lifetime. So I'm the Judeo-Catholic lineage of Jesus, of Jeshua, basically. However, I believe yesterday it dawned upon me that my mission this lifetime, since I was kicked out of the synagogue in Venice Beach, California, when I said to the children of Israel, after the rabbi asked me what I would recommend to the children of Israel, he says, Aurora from Tiberias, rise. Please state what you would say to the children of Israel. I said all I would tell them is to align personal will with divine will, otherwise you're fucked. Because there is no such thing as free will. That's a goddamn bullshit illusion. That's a test in itself. So I believe, and I'm starting to get it, like the Torah, Jeshua gave me the covenant for new creation. He precisely wrote on my covenant, mother of new creation. I had never even thought these words in my awareness, consciously or unconsciously, nor had I even thought the name Aurora when I was in Shasta. Not even one time. So Aurora, mother of new creation, that was for me to lead in Jeshua name all the Jews into the resurrection and embrace the King of the Jews resurrected, not just stop at the wall of lamentation. I believe this is it. Anyway, I wasn't only kicked out of the synagogue in Venice, I was kicked out in the churches, definitely. And the mosque in Florida told me also not to go. Now, I already dealt with Islam, and we already made these messages. So they're gonna have to accept the new goddess, new creation. Now, as for the Judeo-Christianity thing, they will have to embrace the continuity of what happened after they crucified God, their king of the Jews. Because it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. And the guilt they live in with the wall of lamentation and how the rabbi responded when I said that I recommend free will, like aligning the wills, and like that free will is a joke. And then I said, I'm grateful for you to giving me the stage to speak. Again, this is Aurora, mother of new creation. Soon as I said new creation, we were all drinking Israelite like wines from Israel, from the vineyards at the table in Venice Beach. He came forth and he literally started to jump up and down and said, how dare you say this in my synagogue? And at this point, I was at a loss for words. I had no idea what I had done wrong. None. Then the Jewish woman who brought me in, Victoria, was like, you're not a Jew. I'm like, what are you what is everybody talking about? What's going on? She's like, sit down. And then like he continued, he was like, I was like, I apologize. What did I just say? How dare you say this name in my... So the name Jesus Christ in itself is blasphemous in a synagogue context. Now, this is what I am here to remedy, basically. That is my mission in uniting heaven and earth, because Jerusalem cannot keep the frontiers closed. This is not the will at all of Jeshua. No. So this is the mission. As for my father that sold me off, I demand an apology, and uh, because now I'm taking serious measures. Like I've been, I'm sought after, like for like a wedding, like, and the plan was to go there and allow him to have, his hooray. But literally, if I allow him to continue thinking that no matter what a Catholic does as a guy, he's just fine, that's not the truth. Because Catholics have this way, they believe that, everything's just allowed just because they're Catholics. And because they're a Catholic guy, you have to always like clean up after them, and, you know, because they know better, but they don't. Because God never said, "Hi, I'm here to tell you all that Catholicism is the way." No, that's not how it happens. And mind you, they say Elohim in Torah. There's no such thing as the God situation there. So that being said, I leave the details of all this up to the divine, because I know I've been standing up for my dad way after the facts. And, in my defense, not only him, but the girl who accepted to take my identity and play a game with my dad against me, I never want any of these individuals near me. And anyone who's been playing these games, that is anti the book. You are all to be judged by the Elohim. That's final. Because this is not at all acceptable. At all. At any level. So I am the shift you wish to see. And I am the 13th tribe. And I am one of a kind. And I am one in a billion. And I will unite heaven and earth. And never will I accept defeat as an outcome of this. And all the churches who participated in this defamation, all the banks, Elohim will fuck you up. You will close. Wells Fargo, you're fucked. You're a bitch whore. Bank of America, shame on you. Shame. The cops and the churches and everything, triple shame. Because you know what? Before my dad, first of all, I'm an adult. There is no document that says that I have a legal guardian or that my dad has any power over me at any cost. The money he sent me, I paid my lawyer with, that was my insurance money. And I went to work with my dad since I'm a kid. I know everything about how insurance world works because I was at every table when we created every product. And for him to deny me my humanity and individuality and rights as a woman, that is indicative of a lot. And I do not stand for this at any level because the Elohim doesn't, nor does Jeshua. No is the answer. No to all. No means no. And that fucking whore who stole my check, how dare you, little cunt-ass bitch. I give you up to the Elohim. How dare you? And if my dad has no honor and belonging to the Tabrawi, Tiberius lineage, bravo. You sold me off. You let a peasant walk around as myself and mock me with you turned America into a peasant whore because you denied me my Elohim rights. And America, you stood for that? I don't know how to feel today. I don't know how to deal today. What do I do? Go on the South End now? What do I do? How dare you? And Jade, the manager at Wells Fargo, you're not a Christian. You're a fucking whore. I say it as it is. Pastor Jim, you're not a pastor. You gave my identity to another fraud legally. And you think you are liked by God? What are you, dumb? Pastor Dan is the one who did my final baptism, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you, Pastor Dan. Otherwise, I rebuke all the rest. Get behind me, Satan. Pay me me I wouldn't go back to your freaking Mongoloid banks. You thieves. This is serious matters for the Elohim. So that's about that. And yesterday, you know, Maria, the Mexican FBI manager, whatever that is, you know, from Houston with Russell Pearson, you know, and I appreciate they sending their friends from Houston here, but, you know, I don't know what part of no you don't understand. I don't fuck around with niggers. I don't do it. It doesn't happen. I don't sleep outside of wedlock. That's it. Period. The end. Miguel, he's a Latino like the rest of you. And the Elohim has to take specific care of the Latinos because you guys have major issues in every regard. You are severely conditioned. You think that you're clinging on to your food. Oh, this is the best comida. Man, who cares? This is about deconstructing ego mind and attaching heart-brain connections to become co-creators of heaven on earth. Not about spreading the old paradigm and being turds and using your man as a hooker to destroy me, you bitch. You and my dad should go to rehab in Florida, not myself, Maria. You fraud. Otherwise, the little girl who accepted to be my fake dad's daughter, you and him can go die together. Because I will not at all back that up. Never. Never. I'm taking a stance against you, Nicholas. You disrespect me like that? How dare you? How dare you?